It's your boy Nube. We're here for another video on the channel, and as you can see, that this is going to be something different that we did, and it's only because that we were able to finish literally our first series on the channel, Initial D Season 1. And Initial D Season 1 ended like what, a week or so ago, and it was really good. I enjoyed the first season like amazingly. Like there's a lot of great characters in it and a lot of good people that I enjoyed so much that I can't wait to see in the future. Hopefully y'all enjoyed them as well. But man, yeah, season 1 was definitely really good, but y'all did say that season 2 was even better, so I'm not sure how much that is the case, but hopefully we're going to be able to understand that when we get to it later on. We did want to do this video because over the time of season 1, I had people in the comments that actually gave me quote-unquote homework to be able to read up on and actually understand the vehicles that I was actually seeing in the show, such as like the AE85 or even the SEAL 80 and such. With the help of that, I was able to understand the show a lot more and be able to enjoy it to the most I can, while also not feeling confused about what was actually happening. And I like that. And I do want to give shout outs to those type of people, especially Tyson Lamont, who even gave me the recommendation to even watch Initial D in the first place. So, and Slam Dunk. But his name is also Mr. Guardrail, so thank you to you. Also Josh Haviland, he's one of the first people that came and gave me help on the show as well, so shout outs to him. Also Pavel Salama, which is going to be the MVP, that gave me a top 10 of all the cars from best to worst, or worst to best, from 1 to 10. And I'm actually going to be going down that today because I wanted to review that in a way for me going back and understanding what season 1 was like. So hopefully y'all enjoy this kind of a review, and if y'all want more like this in the future, just let me know. So the first one we have here, obviously, we're going to just read off. But since we finally made it through the first stage, I'd like to add my technical comparison / list of cars from this stage. I will start from the worst one and gradually make it to the best one. This list doesn't compare drivers or their skill and technique. It only compares just the cars and the tuning. Thank you for that. I'm glad that you did do the car part only because it gives me something to talk about for the characters as well. So just starting off with the AE85, which is Keisuke. My boy Keisuke was a good character, even though in one of them episodes they tried to take him out. I'm glad that he did get out unscathed, and was a really good side character for the MC. The only person in there that actually was supporting him 24/7, no matter what time it was, and he was trying to he actually did get a race in against Shingo that one time. But yeah, sorry Keisuke, but your car is just a rear wheel drive grocery go-getter. Yeah, I learned that from before, that Keisuke's car is basically like known for just like not much driving and racing and stuff, but like it's a grocery car, like a family car that you would get for like just, you know, to go do errands and grocery runs. Next is the Sylvia S13, which is Iketani, the leader of the Speedstars. Iketani Sylvia may be fine compared to a normal traffic cars, but it lacks any sustainable tuning. Iketani was one of those people in the show where I thought he was actually going to be really good, given that he did have the title of the captain, and I thought that was going to make a difference for him. But he had the most experience on the team outside of like Takumi, but Iketani was able to he had so much character development, especially when it came from Mako Sato and Usui and stuff like that. Like, he got some races in, he got some good character development. I really do like Iketani. Thing I do wish is that he wasn't so doubtful when it came to Takumi's in races, but I do understand that he's a captain, so he understands the teams a lot more than him. But yeah, I do like my boy Iketani, and also his name reminds me of Kuramatani too, so. And then my boy, the Civic EG6, Shingo Shoji of the myoginightkids, that red little Beetle car that he had wrecked in I think episode 15 and 16. But Shingo Civic may be a nice hot hatch, but it's still relatively low tuned grocery getter. So it's like a better version of Keisuke's, but it's not too good like compared to it. But Shingo Shoji, man, Shingo Shoji is probably one of my top 3 favorite characters in the show, outside like right under the other 2, but top 1 is definitely Keisuke. But Shingo was a really good character, while also the Night Kids was also a really good team. Put up a poll before about how Iketani and not Iketani, about how which is your favorite team, about which favorite team did you like in the show for season 1, and a lot of y'all did put the Myogi Night Kids, and Lucifer and Shingo is a really good team, and they really gave like that villainous aura to the myoginightkids. So I really do like that team as well. Sylvia S14, or I think that's that's Kenta's car. Yeah. Although better than the S13, which is Iketani's, Kenta's S14 is still relatively lightly tuned sports car. Kenta didn't really get shown that much into the show that from when we first seen him until the end, but we did get to see a good glimpse of him, at least in a race wise as well. So we got to see him doing the rain race. He was a decent character, I guess. He was cocky, but he was more so of a rookie that wanted to prove his strength by beating the best of the best, and you can't beat him for that. So that's really good, and hopefully we get to see Kenta go and get better in the future. 180SX, equipped with a turbocharged Kenji's 180SX boasts over 200 HP in decent sports cars. Kenji is a character that we did not get to see that often, but he was always there. He was one of them characters that was always going to be there to support us in every race, and we didn't really get to see him race that much. There was plenty of times where he was about to race, but he was like a replacement for somebody, but at the last minute Takumi came. But I really did wish we got to see Kenji. The star moment for him really was I guess you can say when we were leaving or going toward Usui, while he was trying to make sure that his friend Iketani wasn't getting like distracted or hurt very badly by Mako Sato and Love, and that's a really good thing to do from a man to man. Speaking of Mako Sato, the Still 80 number 6, basically 180SX with a different bumper and a slightly better tuning to make some 230 HP, which is even faster than Kenji's, but it's just like kind of like the same version. But Mako Sato, Mako Sato was a really weird character, I guess you can say. They did kind of throw the Usui situation like out of nowhere, but I did learn that from Josh. He said that the Mako Sato race actually happened after the Rio race, and that's kind of crazy. And the thing with that is since Mako liked Rio, she was able to have that little storyline when it comes to meeting Takumi and Iketani and stuff, and coming to the race with Sayuki, and actually having more character development as time goes on, because I thought we weren't going to really see her. At first I thought she was a spy for some other team, but seems like she was a good human being, and I'm glad that we got that interaction with her. She was really good too. That race in Usui could have went south so fast, but Takumi pulled through and we were able to get a new friend in the process, while also getting another girl from liking us because we're the MC. The AE86? Yeah, the 86, bro, with a heavily tuned suspension and a 150 HP engine. This car was a serious competitor on winding downhill roads. Everybody knows that throughout the whole show, the AE86 was an amazing car. From what Takumi showed us how it was. And as the whole series was going, we thought that this car wasn't really nothing special. It was just the skill of Takumi. But Bunto knew what he was doing, man. He was able to constantly, every single time, tune up this car to be able to work at its best capacity. And you can't blame him for doing that, because like it was basically like a buff for every race. But the A6 and Takumi as a character, like the main character, is ridiculous. When I seen him for the first time, I thought he wasn't really going to be like that action packed or interactive with other characters because of how stale and like slow he is. But he gave me more of like a Ayana Koji type of vibes from Classroom of the Elite, and that really made me like him a lot more. He gave me like a more a Kundere type of feel, but he's a cool character, man. I like Takumi a lot. He ended up being one of my favorites at the end of the series for the season 1, so I cannot wait to see how it goes for him later on. The RX7 FC, this is a rather old sports car, was equipped with a turbocharged Wankel engine and modern double wishbone suspension. And I think that is Keisuke's car. Yeah, I think that is Keisuke's car. And Keisuke all the way down to Ryo they're both like the Takahashi brothers. Like, they are really cool. Akagiredsuns were the dominant force in the show, compared to, like, I guess you can say Ryo, but Keisuke did lose in like the first or second episode, which really made him go down in terms of skill, I guess. But he ended up beating Lucifer, or Takeshi, and being able to get what he needed to, like, his skill level back. And I really like Keisuke for that. Keisuke was supposed to be a character that's basically following his brother, but he's going to pass him sooner or later, and that's what he said at the last episode when he was racing Takumi. Takumi was the best racer so far, and Ryo told him that he wanted Keisuke to be able to pass him in the future, and he know he can. So Keisuke being that little brother perspective is really going to help him in the future getting better and getting over his brother Ryo. The GTR32, although relatively heavy, this car had around 400 HP, all-wheel drive, and electronic stabilization system. And I'm assuming that is going to be Lucifer, Takeshi. Takeshi was leader of the Myoginightkids, and he was a really good character as well. He had a lot of antagonistic feels to him when it came to him having one of the most races in the show as well. And we got a good backstory for him, and him even having internal conflicts in his own team with Shinga. So it's like the Myoginightkids arc was really good. It was probably peak, and I cannot wait to see how Takeshi pops back. But all of them got humbled, which is what normally is going to be happening for villains, but they all got humbled at the end. They all had ended up crashing and they lost their cars, but I know that they're not going to be done with that just yet, so we're going to see them later on. But Takeshi was definitely a really cool character, and his music, his theme is probably my favorite one as well. Like that Lucifer laugh, nah, that's ridiculous. And in the last one, number 10 is RX7 FD, or aka I think that's Ryo's car. I think out of all the ones that I might have messed up on remembering, I think Ryo, the last three, like 8 to 10, is like, it might be mixed up in my head, but I think 8 is Keisuke, 9 is Takeshi, and 10 is Ryosuke. Modernized version of the older FC, this time with a newer engine, twin turbo, and wider suspension, and was thus the best car for mountain pass racing out of all the first stage cars. We did know that Ryo had to nerf, quote unquote, his car to be able to go down the hill safely because it would be going too fast to control. But Ryo was obviously like the best character, or skill wise, in the whole show. Like he was skillful like crazy. We didn't see him do much except being on a computer and like finding statistics on how to beat Takumi. Ryo, we didn't really get much of like him basically, but we heard about him a lot. Like we heard about him from Mako, we heard about him from Keisuke, heard about him from Iketani, we even heard about him from the boss at the gas station. Like we heard, everybody knew about Ryo, but we didn't really get to see him explain himself. Like we got the backstory with how Mako knew Ryo and how she fell in love with him, and how Ryo was like the white common at first, and then he came better, turned down the national races and stuff like that. Like he is a good character that only loves the idea of street racing. He wants the hidden talent to be found, and I liked it when he had explained that. Hopefully, I wonder if we're going to ever see him again. Like, is he going to be like a constant rival for us now, or is he out the game, or is Keisuke going to take over now? I hope we do get to see all these characters once again in season 2. I know that a lot of people had said that season 2 was going to be a lot more about Mogi, or Takumi's girl, about what's really wrong with her, because over season 1 her change of tone was just so, like, it started off upbeat, but then over time there was just those small little picks throughout this show that made her seem like she was just like, it's like something was off and there was something wrong with her, but we never really got that explanation out of it. So hopefully we get to go deep with her in the next season. Outside of all the characters so far, like, this was a good set of cast members, and then y'all did tell me that in that one episode that we got to see the director, not the director, but some kind of director, when that sports racer had called Bunta, and Bunta had answered, and he was like talking to him, and we only seen their helmet. It was the technical director. So thank y'all for letting me know that as well. But out of just the racers, there's Bunta and the boss, and we all know that Bunta's goated, and the boss is like a W supporter as well for his co-workers. But yeah, LD season 1 is definitely really good. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 most for sure, and I would recommend it if you've never seen this show. Probably a lot of people has, because of how popular it is when it comes to even just normal racing games. Like, I heard that there was like references in games like Burnout and Midnight Club and stuff like that. Yeah, I am so glad that y'all enjoyed this series for so long, for how it is, for like I think 2 months. Now, I can't wait to get into season 2 later on this week, so y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all, I can't not thank y'all enough for that, man. So I appreciate it so much. But other than that, if y'all do have any questions, anything else that y'all would like to talk about for this show, make sure y'all put in the comment section below so I can see it. And maybe I'll even do more videos on Initial D like this in the future if this went well, because this is my first time I did something like this. So hopefully y'all go easy on me. But yeah, I think that's much else that Pavel gave us down to really read off. And I thank you for that, Pavel, as well. You are a real one. You're Don for giving me this, and you taking the time out your day to even help me understand the show a lot more in depth, even after the season 1 had ended. But yeah, there's not really much else we can talk about outside of that. So hopefully y'all are staying tuned for some more Initial D in the future, because I cannot wait as well. So shout outs to our boys Josh, Mega, Guardrail, Pavel, all y'all are cool people, man, and all the people I didn't name off as well. So y'all, I thank y'all really. Time for me to go. So thank you all so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you follow my socials down below in the description if you want to know when another video is coming out before it comes here on YouTube. I will see you guys in the next one. So y'all take care, man. Peace.